taxation again, unemployment, outdated equipment, stunted development of technology, lack of love, that was very sweet. I'm not sure why I put that under economy. And I think this was a different one, because also here we have disconnected society, which is similar to what you were saying here with aggressive people, right? Loneliness. Oh, that's a good one. Let's add loneliness.
And maybe season depression. The autumn, December, lack of words. Sunny days, and some people have problems.
And where you have pollution, maybe noise pollution. It's
Good
very
one.
noisy here.
Sad is a seasonal affective disorder. The seasonal depression. Okay, and so we have also noise pollution. Nice. Hope pollution. I think it may only have one L, because that looks wrong. Anyway. And then the questions we only had are, what are the advantages and disadvantages of using the internet or social networks or independent testing system? Because some people were distraught about the independent testing system that has been created to be used. Okay, so you can also choose any of these. How are we doing? We're okay. Good. So we can see that we should put our paragraphs, our 3 paragraphs, in the discussion area and comment on other paragraphs as well. And this will help us to get the certificate. Kabai, that's fine. This will help us get a certificate from the teacher, right? Because we need the certificate from the teacher. Okay, also, when I look at the fact that she's asking us to write questions, I wonder if she's going to give us a choice on our essays. So we have the problem solution essay. We also may have the opportunity to do an essay that involves coming up with a hypothesis based on our question. And maybe making an argumentative essay or something of that sort. Okay, great.
We should write 3 paragraphs in some of this.
She didn't exactly say write 3. That's the problem that I have with these instructions. She said to start the process, practice writing paragraphs for 3 ideas. We have to have 3 ideas. To me, that means there should be at least 3 paragraphs. And maybe even more than 1 paragraph for each idea. What this teaches us is that when we make directions where people cannot ask questions, we need to be very clear about what our, so if you're ever trying to use the same platform of online learning, we have to make sure that we are very clear. 3 paragraphs, 3 ideas, or 3 ideas, 2 paragraphs for each idea, so that the audience understands and can do it as the teacher desires, right?
And here is for each idea 1 paragraph, yes?
That's how I look at it, because I'm not fixing to write like 6 paragraphs. I don't think we have time to write 6 paragraphs. We're all working professionals. So, yeah, I would do 1 paragraph for each idea. Because she says to take 3 ideas. Great. Any other questions? No?
You were saying about that homework we can do like pre
Pre-writing? Pre-thinking? Just give it a
like
try.
you said this first week you were doing when you were doing homework you made some mistakes because you made from the first from like
I made them on purpose, yeah.
We always can do it on the once, yes?
No, we can sometimes do it twice. So let's go back and let's look at
Because for
how
me,
we
I
know.
do also mistakes because I don't was clearly understand
how to do it. Yeah, let's just look at that really quickly before we go
Sometimes you
somewhere.
have a second chance, by the way.
Exactly. So I did not look here. Do you see it says 1 of 1? So I went through this and I was just going through to make some mistakes like I told you, so that I could see what happens when you make a mistake. But I did not look closely. And so I answered them and then I had mistakes. But you want to look here to see if you do 1, then you only have 1 chance. If you see a 1, you only have 1 chance. If you see a 2, like you can see in the next quiz we have. Ooh, why? Oh, is it that thing? Okay,
this is how yes, copying.
stop it.
No.
Alright, so for here, for the quiz, you can see that we have 2 of 2 submissions. But we have to be very careful that when we do these, we are sure that we are ready to answer. Because when we press this and this, we have to make sure that we have, we're ready to answer. The quizzes are all different. The quiz this week, you finish all of the questions, I think, and then you check the answers. As opposed to here, where you can check after every single one. Does that make sense to you? Yeah?
Sometimes you may redo that mistake, sometimes not. Sometimes you may do that step by step, and sometimes as one whole, piece of whole. So it depends.
So the first part, whenever you see 2 of 2, that means that you can do it again. Whenever you see this right under the question, that means that you have to answer that one question, and then this one question, and this one question.
When I want to have several try, I just put the not show answers but submission, yes?
You only can have several tries if you see you can have 2. And then you have to submit it. You have to hit submit.
To prove my
Let's look at I haven't taken the second quiz. Let's look at that quiz. On week 2. So here you can see that I have to fill out all of these and then I have to hit check. I have 2 submissions. So what I can do is I can go through and I can mark the ones that I like, and if I am pressed for time, I can press save. And it will save my answers, I can come back later, and I can finish the quiz. And then when I'm ready to check the answers, I hit check. If I make an error, I can correct it and try again, but only one time. Is that one clear? Yes. Okay, great. That was a good question. Okay, any other questions? Alright, and you all noticed all these different parts, right? So you have 2 different exercise sentences for what makes an effective sentence. This one gives us OWL. If you haven't looked at OWL already, you should. It's wonderful. It's online Purdue, and they have a lot of exercises and resources. And then this one obviously gives us examples of areas where there are issues. We've talked about some of these. You can see it's exactly, I have put stuff and thing on the board before. So these should be familiar to you. Okay, if there are no more questions, I think that probably we can let you go. You've been here a long time, huh?
Yeah.
Many of you also did the webinar. So, have fun this week. Remember, most of the quizzes are due by the 22nd. That's 2 days from now. That would be Friday, right? So they're due on Friday. Make sure that you get them done so that you get your certificate. Write your paragraphs. And then I will not see you next week, but I will see you the week after to talk about this again. So in December, we're going to be focusing on this course. So even if you're auditing the course, I think it would be important to come and learn. Yeah, it is interesting. I find it interesting as well. So I invite you back the first week of December, the third week of December, for further discussion on this. Please, if you have any questions, there is some scrap paper on this table. I would like you to write down any of your questions, and I will address them next time. Okay? Thank you.